Hello, good evening. My name is Sandra, and when I'm here for business, the National Petroleum Authority says it has confiscated petroleum products worth $1.1 million being smuggled or traded illegally between 2017 and 2018. This was revealed by the Energy Minister John Petroleum at mid-press series in Accra, where he noted that government is rolling out a strong surveillance regime to deal with illicit sale of fuel.
There have been extensive collaboration with the security agencies to arrest suspected service providers and confiscate the assets involved. For example, total number of 28 BRVs, 6 canoes, 4 mobile pumps, 5 outboard motors carrying 250 liters of illegal smuggled petroleum products with tax and levies valued of about 1.1 million Ghana cedis have been confiscated. 15 BRVs carrying 790,000 liters of export petroleum products with total tax and levies value of almost about 1.3 million Ghana cedis were confiscated for attempting to dump the products into retail outlets in the country.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive of the National Petroleum Authority, Hassan Tampoli, says his outfit will take strong action to bring the illegal activity under control.
Canoes are normally lined as if they were carrying fish. They are lined in such a way that not even a drop will seep into the ocean. And then they move close to vessels, they pump the product into them. Some are as big as 120,000 liters. In other words, the biggest truck that you find on our roads will be carrying 54,000 liters. Now these canoes can carry 120,000 liters. That's about 2.5 times what you find in those trucks. We'll be burning down the canoes, and we'll be inviting you to come over to observe. So we'll send the clearest indication that we have a zero tolerance for smuggling in the country. There is a task force that has been put up to look at revenue losses. And like you rightly alluded to, we have the NPA, we have the Ghana Revenue Authority, Customs Division, we have the National Security, and we have the Ministry of Energy, all collaborating to ensure that we deal with this menace once and for all.
To other stories now, President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph Obin, wants the central bank to take steps to end the speculative activities that he says is causing depreciation of the cedi against major trading currencies. As at February 1, the cedi had depreciated by 2.6% against the dollar compared to 0.1% depreciation in the same period last year.
The local currency's performance is reaching new lows as its year-to-date depreciation puts it among the worst-performing currencies in the emerging market. President of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obin, attributes this trend to speculations.
We have to find a way to monitor the activities of these foreigners. It's capital flight as usual. And I've also said that even along the West African coast, we trade these currencies as if they are commodities.
Meanwhile, Dr. Joseph Obin has called for 30% retention of foreign investment in Ghana.
How are we making conscious efforts to invest maybe 30% of the country as a whole having about 30% investment as a policy in these areas so that we can have a retention?
Bank of Ghana's interbank exchange as at February 1 shows the cedi had depreciated by 2.6% against the US dollar compared to 0.1% appreciation in the same period last year. Last year, the cedi depreciated by 8.4% against the dollar in what the central bank attributed to strengthening of the US dollar against currencies in emerging and other frontier markets. For Joy Business, Charles Aite reporting.
PricewaterhouseCoopers Ghana Limited is advocating the collection of taxes through digital means. The international audit firm believes the use of online and other platforms will enhance revenue mobilization. Director of Tax Services at the PwC, Aisha Bedri, was speaking to Joy Business ahead of the upcoming Intertel Tax Seminar scheduled for February 12 in Accra.
The Ghana Revenue Authority for more than 2 years has missed its domestic revenue target despite measures put in place by government to broaden the tax net. Many small businesses have little or no knowledge about some of the tax policies being introduced, hence the struggle to honor their tax obligations. As part of efforts to intensify public education, PwC and Joy Business are collaborating to enlighten small and medium enterprises on innovative ways to file their taxes at the end of the year. Aisha Bedre is Director of Tax Services at the PwC Ghana.
Called IntelliTax, paying taxes intelligently, and it's a way to educate small and medium-sized businesses and the business community at large about the taxes that affect them on a practical basis, not theoretical, but very practical, and how they can implement these to the best of their ability and how they can also improve their knowledge when it comes to paying taxes. And we hope that this will help drive up compliance rates, get people to start talking about these topical issues and not shy away from tax like it's something to be afraid of. So that's the intent behind it.
She believes the use of digital and online platforms would encourage more businesses to pay their taxes.
One of the easiest ways to educate people now is through the online presence or the internet. So I think a lot should be done around that, and also making it easy for people to pay taxes. So once again, things like filing online, which is common in other African countries like Rwanda and South Africa, it would be really good if we had that in Ghana as well. But I think the lack of understanding or the confusion doesn't encourage people to voluntarily pay taxes or find themselves within the tax net. So it definitely made things a little bit difficult in terms of tax collection and reaching everybody, or widening the tax net as it's called. But also for the SMEs, like I said, they struggle with actually having the requisite knowledge, being able to pay for the requisite services to understand these things. So I think if it's simplified and education is more widespread through the internet and social media, it might make it easier for compliance rates to go up.
The event, scheduled for February 12, is expected to create a platform for both business and the revenue collection agencies to dialogue on better ways of improving revenue generation.
So you can join us at the Mövenpick Ambassador Hotel for what promises to be a very interesting session. The time is 8:30 a.m. and the hashtag is IntelTax. So to other stories now, a Greek data collection and communication firm Isoko Ghana is predicting a drop in prices of food items in the month of February after prices dropped at the end of the first month of 2019. Maize prices also dropped for the first time in 2 months. Let's take a look at the commodity index as put together by Isoko. In our local summaries tonight, the Ministry of Health to begin disinfecting containers at the Tema port in February.
High-rise buildings in the country will soon attract compulsory insurance cover, the Commissioner for the National Insurance Commission has said. The Commissioner says it seeks to forward a bill to Parliament before the end of this year to see government's buy-in. The Minister for Health, Kwekwaji Manu, has given the strongest indication that the disinfection of containers at the various points of entry and exit in the country will commence in the third week of February 2019. Last year, the policy was suspended by government following some agitations by stakeholders who raised concern of unwarranted cost implications. It has emerged that the Ghana Revenue Authority was unsuccessful with its tax amnesty policy that is introduced to get taxpayers to clear all outstanding arrears. The policy, introduced in 2018, became apparent after the authority failed to meet its target for the previous year. But the GRA maintains it will prosecute all persons who are found within this web and track revenue appropriately.